All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're gonna go over Lightroom Classic to get a better grip on your editing workflow. And in this video, we're gonna dive into the basics panel, which is your go-to place for your core photo edits. Let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna assume that you already imported everything by going over to the library tab, clicking the import button, pointing to your raw files, always shoot raw, and then clicking the import button. I've already done that here, so you can see library tab from a Jaguars game from 2017 when I was learning how to shoot. And go ahead and click on one photo in particular, and then head over to the develop tab. All right, so let me collapse all this stuff. Let me reset this as well. This is the original photo. And as you can see, we got plenty of stuff to go through, but we're just gonna focus on the basics tab. This is for your newbies out there that's just getting started. And we're just gonna go through this section of the basics tab. You got an auto button, black and white button, HDR button. I've never used the HDR button, but auto button is very, very powerful. It does some computations in the background and gives you the best photo that Lightroom thinks you have there. Then you go over into your white balance. Your temperature slide makes your photo colder, cooler, or warmer, depending on, and I can show you that. All these things you need to try to play with so you can learn your way around Lightroom. The tint helps balance the green and magenta tones. You can also use the white balance selector over here, and you have everything from auto, daylight, cloudy, shade. You see it, and it gives your photo a different look and feel. I'm gonna take it a shot, and then we're gonna move over to the tone section. Your exposure goes over the overall brightness. Be careful with this one. A little bit can go a long way, as you can tell. But let's see, we're gonna bring this one up to about right here. You have contrast, which increases the differences between your light and dark areas. I like to add a little bit of contrast to a lot of my images. It makes the dark areas darker, and kind of makes that separation between the two. Then you got your highlights. If you watch the sky over here, it's blown out because it's overexposed for that area. And if you take your highlights down, now you got a little bit of sky. Same thing with these tarps. Damn, this is 2017, so it was like 7 years ago. Yes, we used to have tarps over our stadium. And it brings your sky back. It takes your whites that are overblown and brings them down so you can have a little bit more in your photo. The shadows lifts or darken. It lifts the darkens or darkens the dark parts without affecting the bright areas. Shadows are really good for like people that are wearing ball caps. You taking pictures of them and they got that shadow up under their ball cap that's covering their eyes. You can sometimes bring back their eyes on that. Whites takes a lot of the white out of the image, and blacks darkens up the dark colors or either brightens up the dark colors. I like to darken the darks and then maybe bring up some of that, bring some highlights down, and you got a pretty good image to work with. The present section, you got texture, which adds detail to fine edges without making things too crunchy. Make it real crunchy by adding a lot of texture to it. Sometimes texture adds grain to it as well, to your picture. See how he's looking? See how the grain in his face? Whereas if I take the texture out, he's a little bit smoother. So use that at your own will. Clarity. It boosts midtones contrast, and it's great for making pictures more punchier. Gives people a little more detail in your photo. And let's see, we got dehaze. Dehaze reduces haze. Like, you know, sometimes you just have photos that have like a haze over them. Use dehaze. It darkens the picture. It adds a little bit of color too, but it takes that dehaze out of it so you can get a little bit more clearer shot. Vibrancy saturation, vibrance. Boost the intensity of your colors. The saturation increases all the colors equally. So I use vibrance over saturation. The way I learned saturation and vibrance was saturation will sometimes color outside the lines if you're using like a coloring book analogy, whereas vibrance it boosts the colors but doesn't color outside the lines. So always try to use vibrance over saturation. And that's it for this little tutorial. Hope y'all having a good one. This photo, let's see the before and after. Before and after this photo. Edited. I would do some more things to it, but this is just going over the basics panel for you newbies out there. And I also want to show you guys the create a copy of it right quick. I just want to see what I want to show you guys what the auto button does. Also, you have this history panel right here that shows you everything that I just did. So you can go back and step through each part of your edit. But let's go to the auto. That's what Lightroom thinks is the best picture, the best edit for this photo. Still need to add some exposure to it to get it back up. Let's try this HDR button. See what it does. Uh-oh. Huh. I don't think it did anything. I don't think it did anything. I'm gonna play around with this HDR thing offline. All right, so that's it for me. And the basics of Lightroom, basic panel of Lightroom. Go back over to turn the HDR off. And appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all take care of yourself. I'm gone.